In this game, Łukasz plays white and Cassian plays black. It starts with this variation, very interesting. So this is an old school move. It's not often seen these days, but this is a new answer to it. Possible. Back in the day, people would rather play on the side. But yeah, we can play like this and that, and then it looks like a Joseki with AB exchange, which is probably better for black. Probably better for black. A little bit better. Maybe white doesn't need to answer now. But then does it make sense? I don't know. Here, black can connect. Well, we can accept it. Can we play something else like this and this? This would be good for white. If black plays here, it's also good for white. So it seems that black cannot really cut here. Instead, black can consider such a move. But it's also a possible fight for white. Yeah. In the game, we see this result. Then white plays a shoulder hit. Black plays this move, looks good. Later, black will have an annoying continuation at A. Black jumps, and maybe it's reasonable for white to just finish the like get rid of the Yaji with this move. But then still there is this annoying continuation by black. So in the end, we are not sure whether we should play that move or this move to protect our shape. But all in all, the result is likely to be quite even. I would also say that white doesn't necessarily need to block this stone now, especially that there is anyway an Aji. White might consider different variations like this. If black now connects, the ladder works, so it's good for white. So black needs to rather play a move like this. And then I think that white is all good. We didn't take points here, but in the game these are also not yet points. Black got points, but we got very strong and we got center. I think it's all right to play like this. In the game we see such a variation. This is unusual to leave this Joseki. Usually we see a continuation or just protect. But if black plays like this, white can counterattack. And this was a good counterattack by white. Maybe black should have played this and this. But in the game, we see this move which tries to be more active and build a base. However, white answers in a very active way. If now black connects, it doesn't make any sense for black. So black cuts, but then white very beautifully managed to capture two black stones, and this is a good result for white. There is still a weakness in white's shape. Black can still play here, and then maybe even black wins the capturing race, so white needs to continue. This peep is probably not needed, but all right, black just plays elsewhere. Yes, I see. Then white ignores. White is not afraid of the cut, and it's probably correct. Black still tries to do something. And if white plays like this, well, it's a little bit painful, so instead white simply connects here. But then black could have played like this and that and force white into this variation. But anyway, even in this variation, white has certainly enough liberties on the outside. And yeah, white is good. In the game, we see this cut, then white plays this Atari, but in fact, white already gained points. This group is a bit weak, so it's valuable to play there on the outside, but we might also consider just ignoring all of that business. Even if black cuts here, we can get really a lot in other parts of the board, and I think that white should be good. And if we play locally, maybe this move is better. And then ignore. I really want to ignore it because is it that important? If black starts this fight, it's also not nice for black, not only for white. But white somehow goes into this fight. And well, now white found this nice move, but black simply answered from the other side. So did white gain on all of this? I am not completely sure. Also, black might just play from the top, and this might be good enough for black. White can potentially capture all of this, but black gets strong on the outside. Maybe it's better for white to push once more, but in fact, what does it change? Maybe it only strengthens black even more. So I think that it's all not the most interesting direction of play for white. I would rather play like this and that, but maybe I am mistaken. All right, then white didn't want to simply connect because this feels submissive. So white played differently, but then black found this combination, which makes the call less interesting for white. So if I was white, I would certainly consider this extension, after which black cannot make that call uninteresting because this would be a very, very stupid move. So black needs to help the group. Black will jump like this. And well, we will go a bit slower towards the other group, but we will still have, like this call will work better for us. Now the call becomes less interesting. Well, it's a compromise. Interesting. White gets an outside. Black secures this group and that group. Overall, I think that the result is all right for white. So it was maybe all not a bad fight for white. However, well, we can count points to get a better idea. Let's say 12, 25, maybe up to 30. And then a lot of potential. So black has 30 plus that potential, and white has 11, 21, 25. Here, well, we need to add a move to have points, otherwise our group can be in danger. But 25 plus com is 30, and then white also has potential here and here. So the question is whose potential is bigger. It's very difficult to judge, so we cannot say much about the game for now. White's strength in the center looks quite good, especially that white has this move in center, which makes this cut not really working. But still, there is the weak point, so black can at least peep one day. For now, white pushed once more, which is a big move. If white doesn't do it, then black can build a bit of this box. But is it the biggest? Maybe it's bigger what black played afterwards. And maybe white should have just played here to keep it all calm. Like this, white's group doesn't have a base. But white manages it well. Maybe black should have played something like this. And then maybe this and that. And that. But in the game, black tries to cut at least something, and then white answers in a very flexible manner. Instead of letting black do whatever black wants, white starts his own attack. This was very successful. Though, maybe better to connect. It's not so easy, but maybe better to connect. Like this, black gained ice easily because there was a call. But the threat was actually a minus, so white gained something on it. Black lives, but white also secures the group. So white is again fine. White lost a chance to get points here, and black has a possibility of cutting off these two stones. But white made the wall longer. Here white gained 3 points, and white has sent it to turn the top side into a potential moyo. So now black tries to destroy that moyo. Makes sense. And white could play here, but it would feel bad to give black that move. So white naturally plays this one. But then black pushes, and if I was white, I would answer, I think. And then maybe play here. Even though black can play this one, we can still later invade. It should be fairly easy to build a living group. Instead, white took points with that move, but then then had this plan of cutting black. Makes sense. Very nice cut. So in the end, all worked rather well, but well, black maybe should have rather answered here, though then white gets a lot in the corner. So up to now, all plans of white seem very, very convincing, but then after this move, black played this smart move. Black didn't want to get disconnected like this, and instead black is ready to give away 3 stones, and if white wants to take that, then well, it's also risky for white a bit, because the whole group might get cut. Instead of extending, white can play the Chinese Tesuji. For me, this is a Tesuji with a name, because this used to be my blind spot when I went first to the training to the Chinese school to train Go. It happened in a few games that I played such a jump, thinking that, well, if my opponent extends, I don't need to play something like this. I can play something different, and it will work fine for me. And then the opponent, instead of extending, played the wedge. The wedge is the Chinese Tesuji. If now black plays here, black already became heavier, and now black cannot play here because the cut will be too painful. And if black plays like this, then white gets what white wanted to get. If instead black plays this one, then white can push, and well, we just skip this exchange, which is of course good for black because it makes black closer to his stones. Like this, we can still cut black later. And if black plays here, then white can play much more effectively. White doesn't need to connect now, like in the game variation, but white can play this double hane. So this is the Chinese Tesuji. Good to remember about it. It used to be my blind spot. In the game, we see this variation. Now white decides to not create, but to destroy. Also makes sense. Then white connected. Well, yeah, probably we need to. But when black plays this move, I wouldn't say that we still need to connect. In the game, white captured, but yeah, of course, it's better than connecting. But I think that this threat is already not so big, not as big as the previous one. Like this, black would get really a lot. Like this, black threatens to get less. Moreover, now black threatens to get it in ko. Before, black threatened it to just cut our group, right? But now black threatens to cut the group in ko. And is it big? Let's take a look. If black captures it, black captures 6 stones plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15 points of territory. So up to 25. Up to, wait, no. 13, well, yeah, 25 points. But it's not only that black can get 25 points, it's also that black can lose 8 points, right? If we win the ko, then we gain 8 points. Moreover, the group of black, well, all right, it is not in trouble, but maybe we can a little bit harass it afterwards here on the bottom side. But anyway, black can lose, get 25, lose 8. Is it a good deal for black? Well, it's a big move, but it starts a ko, and well, how many points does black get with this move? If like counting from 0, White can either get 8 or black can get 25. So in total, it is 33 points on the table. And 2/3 of this, or 1/3 of this is 11. So if black can potentially get 25, with the next move, black will have 25. Now black has here 14 points. After this move, here black has 14 points. So this move is worth roughly 14 points, starting such a call, I would say. Of course, it depends on call threats and on everything, but anyway, this call is not too big. If on the table there are 33 points, it means that every move in the call is worth 22 points, right? Here, this cut is worth a bit less because it actually encourages white to capture that stone and threaten capturing the 3 stones. But anyway, 22 points. Aren't these moves bigger? This and this. I think like this is game over. If white can get these 3 moves, black has no chance to win this game, even if black lives. Even if black lives in the corner. Let's say black manages to live. Let's say black lives with some combination. And then white plays this move, black needs to capture. White plays here. Black has how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 50 points up to here. 60, 73, 78, 88, 90, 90 plus a bit. And white has 10, 14, 24, 34, 44, 50, 60, 4, 74, 87, 88, 91 plus Komi. So white has around 97 points. And black, we said that black has 90 plus a bit. So white has an advantage, even if we just simply let black live there. So this is an easy way for white to win the game, and black probably shouldn't start this call. If white now pushes through, then probably black should continue. This is a very big move, yes, also. Maybe bigger than this, but difficult to say. Then maybe black plays here, and maybe then white plays this one. Maybe now this is the biggest move on the board. White captured now, and I think that it might have been a bit smaller than those other moves. Black plays this one. In fact, well, yeah, maybe this is bigger than this. Also difficult to judge. Yeah, so in the end, white gets points, and black also tries to get points here. But in the end, it all becomes a bit risky for white, because at one point, black starts this call. But wait, black connected. So it would be risky for white if black continued to play this call. And because now black played this cutting move, which cuts off the whole group of white. And then, yeah, if black doesn't connect, but instead continues playing threads, I think that this might be a threat. But if not, then maybe black doesn't have threads. But let's say this. Then in the end, we will manage to capture that part of white's group. Very probably. Otherwise, like, all right, maybe white can have local threats still. But if I was black, I would never connect here. It's giving white such a great opportunity to then simply start this call, and white will surely win this call because white's group is so big that white will surely have a lot of local threats. So maybe I went a bit fast through this part of the game. Yeah, maybe instead of this move, which tried to put pressure on white's group, which was a bit of a wishful thinking. Maybe black should play simply here and here. And black might win this game, I think. Yeah, black doesn't capture these stones, but black now has how many? 10, 20, 30, 2, 5, 45, 50, 60, 70, plus a few. And white has 12, 20, 35, up to 40, 50, 63, 64, 65, 68. Here rather black will manage to capture this. All right, but still 70 plus a little bit. So it's again a close game, in fact. It's again a close game. But this was maybe incorrect by black, because I think that white managed to get quite nice territory on the top. And perhaps it is bigger than what black gained here. So not sure. Not sure. In fact, not sure. Maybe black gained enough. It's also a bit about the fighting spirit, that now white cannot maybe jump because white is too afraid of what can happen. Sorry. But then, well, it would be better for white to play like this and this, or to answer to black's move, and to not give black that next extension incentive. This was quite a lot of points, bigger than this probably. Anyway, we have this close game. Then the cost starts and everything becomes very, very tricky. But this connection should be a mistake, though, because white will most probably have enough local threats. So in the end, black plays this threat. White decides to not answer to it directly, but to play here, threatening to connect around here. This was a very smart move by Łukasz, because it seems that black can simply answer this way. Well, black might answer also from the other side, but then white gets the descending center. This is very valuable. So instead, black answers like this, thinking that this is a very good defense against white's move. White still cuts black off, and then if black continues the call, well, white already created a lot of threats for living with these stones, and white also got points. So what white gets, also these are threats, right? Or like yeah, they threaten to make life for sure. Perhaps it would be better to switch off computer analysis. It seems a bit distracting. I don't have computer analysis switched on, so I think that it is on the side of everyone who's listening. So I think that you can go to the right side panel and you can press disable AI review. All right, good. So these moves in the corner are also threatening to make life. If black plays like this, then white can make life here and here. And even though black can live in that corner, what white gets in this corner is comparable. So this is the first thing. And then there is the other thing, which black didn't think of. So for now, black decided to simply make life. But then white had a great Tesuji prepared. So for now, white plays a simple endgame, which was maybe not the correct decision. This is not as big as what white played next, and also as s3. But when black played s3, black hoped that white will now need to connect, but instead white played this Tesuji, which I believe was prepared when white descended. Black goes here, and then white plays a throw-in, Atari, and if white connects, black cuts everything off, and black dies. So this is a terrible result for black. However, black found a compromise this way to save the stones. Now, and actually to play this call, black decided to play this call, And white didn't think of this, I believe. If white did, then white should have now play this move. If black captures, white connects and wins the game. But if black plays here, white captures, and now the ko becomes much heavier. Super, super much heavier. Right now, it's game over when white wins the ko. But white forgot about this little exchange before starting the ko. And now the ko was playable for black. Yeah, white connected, but black also connected. And after this move, white hoped that black will play here, and white will at least manage to disconnect black in center, which would mean that white can answer to the ko threat and win the game for sure. But instead, black simply continued the threat, which is a big gain for black. And if white connects, actually the stones are not captured yet. So for now, white connected here, then connected here, but then black can still connect the part of the stones, and white continued with this mistake, unfortunately. White should have played like this, which disconnects black. But if white played like that, then black even gained center. Yes, so the game becomes not as obvious as it could have been with that magnificent Tesuji of white. The mistake was starting the ko without playing this exchange before. So the game continues. But then black played unreasonable move, captured this ko. Of course, this doesn't threaten anything since white captured this. So black should have played here. But why did black play it? Maybe it was already decided that white wins the game, so black just looked for a way to resign. Actually, there is this move, which starts a two-stage ko in that corner. So yeah, maybe black has not enough. 10, 20, 30, 45, 50, 60, 66 for white with Komi already. Black has 10, 15, 25, maybe up to 30, 45, 56, 57, 58, 59. Yeah, so it seems that white has a slight advantage, like maybe an advantage of a Komi. So this, and also the possibility of playing a ko. But maybe even without that possibility, white can simply play like this to make sure that his group is alive and win the game. So now black let white kill the group, actually, and resigned. Yeah, so this is it about this game. Long and interesting game. Thank you, and we will move to the next and the last game for today.